What's up, YouTube? Scootley back again with another video. This video is for Coldshark Alex's contest. And Alex, man, don't put me in this contest. I wanted to make a response video because I think it's a cool subject, and I feel like rambling about it, so I wanted to make this video, but you don't have to put me in the contest, man. That's cool. I'm kind of taking a break from contests right now. Anyway, so the rules of the contest was to show our 3 favorite cards, why we started collecting cards, and what we plan to do with our card collection. So, I'll start out with how I started collecting cards, and it's kind of a dark story. Like when I was a kid, like 6 years old, I had this uncle who would come in during the holidays, like around Christmas, and he would just have these bags and bags of toys, just ridiculous amount of toys. It would spoil everybody. Well, come to find out, he was dealing drugs, and I guess that's where the money was coming from. So I mean, he got arrested and he was in prison for a long time. It's so dark. Anyway, a couple of years later in school, we had this assignment where we had to create a pen pal. So I decided, I was like, man, I really miss my uncle. He was so awesome, especially for spoiling us. And so I'll write him. So I wrote him some letters for the assignment. And the letters that he sent back to me, and I don't know how he got these in jail. I mean, I guess they let you bring stuff like this in. I don't know. But he would send me a letter, and in the letter would be wrapped up some football cards of some of his favorite players. And I can't recall who they were now, but the majority of the cards were the extremely overproduced Pro Set cards. That's what he mostly sent me. Probably not worth a penny now. But anyway, so he would send me those in the mail, and I was, a couple of years down the road, I was 8 or 9, I was getting into sports, I was realizing what these cards actually were, that they were the players that were playing on television, so that's what originally sparked my interest in collecting cards. Then to kind of further the interest, I had a stepbrother who was collecting cards. He's a little bit older than me, I think 5 or 6 years older than me. So I noticed his collection was just ridiculous. He collected Charles Barkley, Reggie Miller, and Ricky Henderson. And I mean, he had hundreds and hundreds of each one of those players. His whole thing was he wanted to get every card produced for each one of those players. And he had a very close collection to that, to what he was wanting to do. You guys can ask Joe Knows Bo. He saw it. It was ridiculous. It's just unheard of. So when I got old enough that I could make a little bit of money, I decided, I was like, I'm going to start collecting cards, and I'm going to see if I can outdo his collection, because his collection is just ridiculous. So the next question was, who was I going to collect? And that part was pretty difficult because all the major names were hard to get a hold of in the few card shops we had, because everybody collected them. Like, Frank Thomas, Ken Griffey Jr., Bo Jackson, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Shaquille O'Neal, Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. All those were highly collected. And I wanted to go kind of outside the box, so I chose to do Akeem Olajuwon. And it actually worked out for the better, because as soon as I started collecting them, like a season down the road, Jordan retired, and then Olajuwon and the Rockets went on a back-to-back championship. So it was bittersweet. And my collection got pretty daggum close to his collection. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw it, but back in like May, my first videos, I tried to show my Akeem Olajuwon collections of between 400 and 500 cards that I hadn't touched since I was a teenager, really. So, I mean, all the cards that I have of Olajuwon now are pretty much from back then. with the exception of what I've done on YouTube so far. Anyway, that's enough about that. The next thing is, what are we going to do with the cards later on in life? Of course, ultimately what I want to do is have a son to hand the cards down to, because my main thing is this: card collecting has really fallen downhill since I was a kid. The card shops are having such a hard time staying open. I mean, they're closing left and right. I mean, actually, all of them that's closed have, they're already out of business. All the ones that were having trouble. The ones that are left now are doing everything they can to keep the doors open. I mean, like my local card shop here is doing Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments and things like that, just to reassure that they'll be able to keep their doors open, basically. I mean, I don't personally know their financial situation, but I can just imagine that the tournaments are a big boost to the income they have coming in their doors. So anyway, I want to be able to keep that alive, and the only way really to do that is to get other people interested. So I've made it kind of a point to mention to my friends and different people around me that I've been doing YouTube, and a lot of them have kind of come forth and said, man, I used to collect cards, I think I'm going to pick this up. I mean, Dustin is a perfect example of that. I mentioned it to him. He looked at the videos, laughed at me, made fun of me, and then turned around and bought like $2,000 in boxes of cards. So, anyway, I keep getting off track. What I'm trying to say is, I want to have a son to hand it down to, show them how it works and what's fun about it. That way, when they're growing up or they're my age, they'll be able to get involved in it, figure out who they want to collect. They'll have my collection to add to. Maybe they can use my collection to make their collection better. I mean, you never know really what's going to happen with that. So that's my plans. The last thing I'm going to do is show my 3 favorite cards. The 3 cards that I chose are a little bit different. I mean, I've showed my favorite cards in other videos. So I tried to pick some that are a little bit different this time. I'm going to start out with this Upper Deck Signatures from All Time Greats 2011. This is hand numbered 6 of 10 autograph of Akeem Olajuwon. There's the back. Up next, I really like this card because these guys went to college together and then they turned around and went into the NBA and managed to get on the same team in the NBA and win a championship, which is Akeem Olajuwon and Clyde Drexler. This is numbered to 80, dual autograph. So that's awesome. The last one I'm going to show, if you guys don't know it, I'm a huge Oklahoma Sooner fan, and my Oklahoma Sooner collection is just getting to be awesome. This is definitely added to it. This is numbered to 120. This is one of the few exquisite cards that I own. I absolutely love exquisite, but with the players I collect, it's so hard to get a hold of these. So I've got this one though, 2-color patch autograph of Gerald McCoy. It's numbered to 120. So there's that. So Coldshark, man, congratulations on the 200 subs. I saw that you've pretty well broken that now. That's good. You deserve it. Thanks for doing the contest, man, and good luck to everybody. Thanks for watching this.